Let's try and make it work with Mr. Agalga. Mr. Agalga, can you hear us? Right, James Agalga, are you on the line, sir? Right. Let us get a quick understanding of what the situation is currently. 144 persons were announced to have been killed earlier this year between the months of January and March. It's particularly worrying because this represents a 17% rise in the number of suspected murder cases compared to the same period in 2020. The year 2020 saw 123 people dying from suspected murder in the same period. Now, Ambrose Derry has been speaking on this matter. He has been assuring the public that government is committed to ensuring that these issues are dealt with in a swift manner. We'll try and get Mr. Agalga to give us his comment on that, but in the meantime, General Manager of Citi FM and Citi TV, Bernard Koku-Able, has described the latest National Security Minister's move to withdraw its officers involved in the alleged assault of Caleb Kudah, a journalist with his media organization, as inconclusive. This signals the media house's intent to push for more action. The National Security Ministry has sanctioned 4 of its operatives for their involvement in the assault of the journalist. The investigative committee commissioned by the ministry indicted the Director of Operations, Lieutenant Colonel Frank Ejekum, and 3 police officers for their misconduct, which was said to be in contravention to its standards of operations. Now, speaking earlier on News Desk, security expert Professor KWESI said the National Security Ministry should have punished the officers and not referred them to their mother organizations. He also said the statement announcing the withdrawal of the personnel must have informed the public of the standard of operations for national security operatives.
Well, I think this is very welcome development in terms of the public outcry about the behavior of the national security operatives and the treatment of young Mr. Caleb. However, the statement also opens up lots of other critical issues that we need to discuss and to bring onto the fore. One of them relates to standard operating procedures. How should operatives or those who work under the national security framework actually treat people? How should they go about their work? Secondly, if the police officers, the 3 police officers, and Kendall Ajiman have flouted the law, then I don't think they should be sent to their parent institutions. Because they realize the controversy that I've been talking about all of last week and this week, that the nature of the structure, what they now call apparatus under Act 3010, if the apparatus of national security draws on different institutions and their personnel for them to act, then when they flout the rules of Ghana, then they must be punished under that act. You see, because by sending them to their parent institutions, we are not too sure what types of punishment will be meted out to them.
Now, legal practitioner Samson Ladi Ayenini said the statement by the National Security Minister is an admission that Caleb Kudah was assaulted. He, however, questioned the words used to describe the event.
The same person who is authoring this report, calling accessing a premises unlawful, is unable to call the torture of a journalist by people supposed to be professionals, some of whom were doubting deliberately, mischievously, some of whom were doing it purely for their very useless political propaganda. This is the first start confirmation from the ministry itself that Caleb was assaulted, he was manhandled, he was tortured. They just needed to use those words rather than say inappropriate and say there was a breach of convention or conventional operating procedure. This was witnessed. People saw it. People witnessed it. So you can't run away from this. If anything at all, they have leaked a part of what Caleb was videoing. They should leak the CCTV of what was going on when he was handcuffed, he was kneeling down.